please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Hello everyone, I thought today we would continue the discussion surrounding the accusations levied at Dr. Disrespect, because he has addressed a bit more to an extent, and more has come out, except for the one thing at time of recording that would really help, and that would be the very screenshots or any kind of proof whatsoever. The chat logs actually be better than a screenshot, really, wouldn't it? Confirming what the accusation from yesterday was, that he had been sexting a minor. I will stand by innocent until proven guilty, and I am certainly not going to accuse him of being guilty, regardless of how sus things look. I will admit, though, the way one handles certain situations is not only a test of their character, but it does also show where they tend to be leaning, or whether they are in any way being suppressed, which I still think he is. I will, if you did not watch yesterday's video, link it down below. Do check it out so you get the context. We're going to continue as if you've already seen that. The first bit of fallout that needs to be addressed concerns Midnight Society, a company that he co-founded. On Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Dr. Disrespect immediately. While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of all individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families we have employed along with our community of players. The prevailing theme with this statement, tweeted out by many different outlets, Dexa2 were on this, by the way. They've been tweeting non-stop about this story, and in replies to them quoting all of this is, where's the sodding evidence? And not to be picky here, assumed his innocence, spoke to parties involved, needed to act. Does this mean you spoke to Dr. Disrespect as well? Because you say parties involved, you didn't say all. Additionally, where's the sodding proof? This is all behind closed doors, yet public statements are being made from all but the one person who is receiving the accusations. This looks sus. You have to admit that. There's no way this looks anything but that. This comes across as a company pouncing quickly to ensure that they do not receive any blowback in case he is found guilty. Assumed innocence, by the way, is an interesting turn of phrase. Usually it's presumed innocent. Assume is a really bad choice. Typically we presume innocence until proven guilty. Assuming innocence means you just made a choice on it. I'm being pedantic, I know, but it's something that did stick in my head. Now this statement was tweeted out by Midnight Society. Again, they themselves, in all their replies, where's the evidence? This understandably was noticed by virtually every single major commentary YouTube channel, whether it be Actman Quartering, whether it be Muta, hell even Tipster. This dude might as well have guilty tattooed on his forehead at this point. I'm just going to say now, I understand why many want to assume the guilt. I also want to highlight this is the same creator, Tipster, who said he was done with drama, but the guy just can't help himself. This is the same creator, by the way, Tipster that is, who even with the mountain of evidence against Vosh refused to call him the one thing that he is, instead siding with him on the lolly debate. But in this one, we have no proof. We only have one statement from one person and a bunch of behind closed doors discussions. There is clearly a legal, let's say, ramification involved, so they cannot publicly speak on it, but surely this means they have spoken on it. I don't know why you are so desperate to, in a way, protect Dr. Disrespect, whilst also not protect Dr. Disrespect. It boggles my mind. Now, Dr. Disrespect did do some streaming, and during those streams he did speak on this briefly when he said the following.
For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. I already said what I needed to say. I don't give a f about this guy. That's it. So I do appreciate the donations. I do appreciate the messages. But I like to put it in fifth gear right off the rip.
In a Dexter2 tweet where that video is accompanied, there's an article from Dexter2 as well, because the rumor was backed up by another former employee who spoke to The Verge, saying that there was a significant amount of time between the messages being sent and action being taken by Twitch. You may have noticed in that clip I played, he yet again didn't really respond to the accusation. He is flippantly fobbing it off, and I can't tell why. Beyond there being a potential NDA involved or legal ramifications on his part, him being backed into a corner and he doesn't have a choice. I stand by what I've said. If there was any wrongdoing, Twitch should be held highly accountable for it, but there was a belief that because of the nature of how these messages were seen through whispers, which could be considered an invasion of privacy, they themselves would suffer legal ramifications. They paid the full contract though? I don't understand this. There's a lot of money involved, I guess, and they decided one was more worthy than the other? I'm assuming, by the way, not presuming. I'm assuming. It doesn't mean it's verifiable fact. I'm putting an idea out there because I actually do not understand what the hell is going on. Dexter2 later tweeted another clip, a 7-minute clip, quote, "I'm just feeling burnt out. Dr. Disrespect says he will take an indefinite break from streaming." My first view when I saw this clip was that it came across as him having to step back because he knows he'll get more questions, because he won't be able to respond to it. He's going to have a lot of inquiries from his Champions Club. He's going to lose sponsors. He's going to lose another business venture or two. Hell, he might even lose his whiskey company. You never know. He has to step back, focus on other things for the time being because he can't respond to this. That's what I interpreted from this. Of course, you need to see some of that as well. I will link the tweet down below with the full video, but I'll play a clip of it now as well.
You know, like this happens over the weekend, and it just kind of, it's like how many times can I just, I don't, like I'm actually tired of being on social media, and I've expressed that over the years, champs. I just, you know, I've always kind of hinted like it'd be nice to get off and just completely separate, right? Go live in Costa Rica or something. But I'm just feeling burnt out, I think.
We need to now address Cody before I play a few more clips of Dr. Disrespect. Savvy artist. This Cody guy in the Dr. Disrespect situation has gone full Riddler, playing with allegations, relying on the court of public opinion, and racing to verify things. The only thing that got verified was Cody's account this month, and he now qualifies for monetization. They pay out the backlog of 3 months for your engagement, not just starting on the day you qualify. Attached is a deleted tweet, which he retyped but has different language. He continues to stand by his words, implicating other people have committed crimes by covering what he alleged. This is wild behavior. Don't think he's talked to a lawyer, and if he has, then that's a bad lawyer. He now confirms those tweets were indeed about Doc. Slasher deleted a reply to one of his old tweets. Slasher claimed to know the reason for the ban, but he joked about it too. None of this is okay. You don't play with these kind of allegations. Cody has also changed his bio multiple times, having fun with all this. And that is true. I mentioned it yesterday. Cody has changed his bio at least 4 times. First, second, and third alluding to him getting sued at some point, it being imminent. The more recent one being, no, not really happening at all. The images are included referenced to the tweet that Savvy has made. Those 3 tweets warrant admonishment, maybe more than 3. The stands trying to dig stuff up have been so underwhelming that I presume they missed something. I apologize for it all because it's worth apologize for. The subtext of the bit again shameworthy is that you're the last person to not know. The information had been so normalized, declawed in the circles that I ran in, that could be reduced to illusion and entendre for anyone, for everyone even, who has since said that's effed. I agreed with you on Friday night before you wrote it. I should have agreed with you sooner. I cannot take it back, but I can stop it. Never said I'm a perfect person. I just hope this class grades on a curve. That said, I'm the least sued I've ever been. Guys, lawyers work weekends. I don't think they had a few things they just needed to get to before they circled back to this. I'm also a little irked at Jake, who is very clearly trying to split the difference with what he thinks is half of his potential audience, but also I deserve to feel bad about the thing he's flagged. I just do. Blah blah blah, verify nonsense. And then you have the, well, deleted confirmation in the third image. This because of the change to the bio and the constant changes to tweets, deleting and reposting but rewording, has led to the accusation that this is somebody trying to gain clout from this. Savvy Artist did include the more recent profile for Cody Connors, the individual who made the initial accusation. Keeps changing his bio. There is nothing more important for anyone to get to. I believe he is saying no one is busy enough that they wouldn't make me a priority. This is not the behavior of a well-balanced brain. That's in the bio, next to I'm not being sued, version 3, dummies. I preferred version 2.0 Matt Hardy, personally. Drama alert. Dr. Disrespect seems to read a text message in this clip, which leads to his entire mood changing. This came before the Midnight Society announcement and him talking about possibly leaving social media. Here is the clip of that.
You know how we run things here.
One of Dr. Disrespect's main mods put out this vague statement a few hours ago. Layer cake. A wise man once said, 1 step back, 2 steps forward. See you at the tippy top. Not much more to go on than that. Ammunition. Dr. Disrespect ends his stream tonight saying he's fatigued and burnt out on social media. Now, I have, of course, covered this already, but this clip is going to continue doing its rounds for some time. You've seen it, I don't need to replay it. The final tweet I want to read on this subject before we finish the video, Casey Tron, who had a rather amusing back and forth with Comment Cop. Casey Tron, how do I do community notes? These losers who make content from bottom of the barrel incels. Image, bunch of words beginning with P, ending with file, yes. It's a retweet of Comment Cop, accusations are evidence, gets accused, you're accusing me with no evidence. Now, the rest of this interaction goes for a while, but I want to go to the last tweet from Casey Tron. Sometimes you don't need evidence, it's called critical thinking. Something you are clearly incapable of. Permabanned from Twitch, permabanned from Discord, kicked out of a company that he co-founded after investigation, multiple sources corroborating the reason why. Casey relies heavily on calling people an incel as a way of deflecting from the fact that getting permabanned from Twitch, the public does not have any information on it. Permabanned from Discord, not much information on that either, really. Kicked out of a company he co-founded after investigation. Not entirely true, really, is it, though? The investigation was behind closed doors and yet again relying on assumption from conversation, and that's it. Multiple sources corroborating the reason why. Again, not entirely the case, is it, Casey? Until that information is made public, we cannot assume, presume, guilt. The individual in question must remain innocent. Simple as that. Of course, I do hope that information comes to light that clarifies all this eventually, but the only way it's going to happen is if a lot of money exchanges hands and a side blinks first. I'm not going to presume or assume guilt. I can't do it. I've done enough crime videos on this channel to prove that I won't do that. So either Dr. Disrespect goes back on the agreement he has with Twitch, or Twitch themselves do it, but Twitch are unlikely to do so. So I guess we'll have to wait and see on this one, won't we?